too. She's like super hot in like a scary kind of way.
I would take the chance. Hey, watchers, we're watching whatever. I'm Nathan, and this here is Danny, and we are back today with the Penguin episode 5. So, I've seen in previous comments people are telling us about how great the show is and how we're gonna love the whole season, and so far it's true, right? I've loved every episode. Now, like we talked about, episode 2 maybe wasn't the favorite. It felt a little contrived here and there, but still overall loved the show. Right, it's probably one of my favorite shows so far, along with Shogun. Yeah, your thoughts?
I agree. I think if we can get over some of the kind of I don't know, like kind of contrivances or kind of typical like tropes of the genre, like the gangster genre. I think I mean it feels really like big budget and epic and cinematic, and the acting is great. The like everything about it feels like super like quality and really enjoyable. Especially the characters and the acting is really excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we last saw episode 4, that was Sophia's story, right? It showed about everything with her and going to Arkham and how she was
Right.
framed, and she came out
Right.
and she finds out that Oz killed her brother, and
Right.
he basically takes off after that point. What do you think is gonna what does Oz do at this point? He can't go back to the family. He can't go to the Maronis. Like I've been racking my brain as to what he's gonna do.
Right. Like who does he have on his side, or who can he get to his side, right?
Yeah,
I was thinking maybe like and this is a reach, but maybe this is when Victor steps up. Maybe he's got like enough like 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 friends or crew or surviving family members or whatever, who are kind of like able to kind of be a like a little army for the Penguin or something. I know
maybe
that's like a
maybe his friend's cousin, then the one that they showed in his backstory.
right, maybe, right?
Hmm.
I mean, there's got to be like, I mean, his function must be more than just being the sidekick. I think he's got to like after the way that Penguin has treated him and everything, but him still kind of being loyal in a sense. I think we have to see Victor kind of like step up soon and be something. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what it is. He
maybe.
provides Penguin with the army or something.
Because I'm really trying to. I've the whole time I've been trying to rack my brain because
Uh huh.
obviously the Maronis are after him because
Uh huh.
he hasn't really been delivering on his promise and he's playing both
Right.
sides. His
Yeah.
family, obviously,
Fuck.
now she's killed off like all the heads except for Vidi.
Right.
So she's
Yeah.
basically at this point she's taking control, right? So he
Right.
can't go back to the Falcons.
Uh huh.
So I'm so curious now as to where he goes now at this point.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't want to ramble too much. Then let's get on with it and figure out what's going to happen. Before we do start, I'd like to remind everybody who's watching us on YouTube to please remember to like and subscribe. Leave us your comments. Give us your take on everything and what you had thought at this point. Right? What is Oz gonna do? How does he get about and basically building his empire at this point? And for if you want to check us out on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/watching whatever. Watch our full length reaction along with your copy of the show, which is available on Max, which is where we're watching it here. And for our Patreon viewers, thank you very much for joining us here and being with us and supporting us. And we are going to start the show.
I ever tell you about Rex Calabrese?
No.
That was the guy he told Al about.
Rex's rider wasn't just a car, it was a f***ing chariot.
And I just realized it recently, but the purple and gold Maserati, it feels like it's throwback to the original like animated Penguin. He always rode in like he had like purple was his color.
All right.
Sorry, Oz.
For what?
Wrecking your chariot.
You came back, Vic.
But what does he do? He has no drops and he doesn't have bliss.
It's you and me now, kid. Till the end.
Go.
So Vic is now fully in.
So listen,
When I eat, you eat. A new drug, homegrown.
how we getting it back?
Taj Maroni. This is the heir to Sal's phone.
That's so cool.
Hey! Yo, what the? Stop! My mother, my father, they won't stand for this.
Wow, I didn't see him going that route.
Yeah. A ransom picture. Proof of life, right?
I want what's mine. What your wife stole from me.
There is a code.
Oh, is that right? We meet early, before sunrise for the exchange. Just you, me, and Taj.
No, my wife doesn't go alone.
Fine. I'll let you take one guard, Nadia.
I finally remember where that dude is from. He was in Shawshank.
Yeah,
He
that's
was the worst.
That's Clancy.
Ah, right.
Yeah, he was in Shawshank. He was in Starship Troopers.
Miss Falcone, Police Chief Bart, Gotham City Police Department. Johnny Vidi's not among the dead. Any idea where we might find him?
I'm sorry, no.
Awfully suspicious, don't you think? Prominent crime family in Gotham wiped out by a gas leak.
Is it common for the chief of police to respond to house calls? And I suppose you and your boys are gonna go for beers later? Maybe swap photos of my dead relatives? Or are you gonna sell those to the Gazette to make up for all the lost kickbacks?
Wow.
Sorry for your loss.
She keeping him in there.
What kind of person kills their whole family?
I need untraceable cash. But if you need more time to think, you got it. Although you should know it gets very cold down here. You won't last long.
Wait! She's
Just torturing him.
yeah.
No one else knows anything, so everyone would still be on Oz's side.
Right.
Keep your voice down. Right? The guys don't know all the details. I put it all in motion. Luca, the family. Sophia just took the bait, that's all.
She's gunning first now.
Nothing's gonna happen to you. Nothing's gonna happen to you. I won't let it. Members of Falcone family dead. Boo ho ho. Turn that shit off. Luca Falcone didn't even know your names. Sophia done us a favor.
That makes sense too, right? They weren't made men. They were just
Right.
gangsters for hire, basically.
I ain't got no one else I can trust. I mean, my ma, she's what keeps me good. I'll take care of her.
How you doing, Johnny?
Think she went from like just a normal girl to going to Arkham and just breaking her.
I'm sure we can find you a very nice unmarked hole somewhere.
Man, she's so good, dude. I hope they keep her around.
The night Isabella died, she was gonna leave Carmine.
Don't talk about my mother.
She was my cousin.
So her dad killed her because she wanted to leave him, and he was gonna help her run.
I got no reason to lie anymore. I introduced her. She had that laugh when you got her going and knock you out. She tried to leave once before, but she came right back. Would have been so much easier for her if it weren't for the two of you.
But she kept on working for him.
I couldn't help you, Mother. Let me help you.
You think she's gonna keep him or and use him, or she's gonna end him?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust that fool.
Mrs. Cobb?
Yeah, I don't know if I trust him either. Right? If he's saying he
She's
knew
probably
that whole time about her mother, but yet he still
Yeah.
kept working for the man who killed her.
Francis?
Oh, is she? Did the Maronis find out and take her?
But is this kid the strap? Like, how is he supposed
That's
to
what I'm saying.
protect her?
I was just gonna say they should have given him a gun. Oh, there she is.
Come here, sweetheart.
Yeah, she thinks it's her kid.
It's your glove from Little League.
He's sent me here to check up
I
on you.
know you are.
Was she faking it earlier, or did she just switch like that?
Maybe she goes through in and out of like kind of.
That fast, huh?
Nice boy. What's Oswald doing that's more important than me, huh?
He's making a move against the Maronis.
No, baby, you got it backwards. He's working them to get at the Falcones.
They're all dead. Oz pulled this off.
Finally. He's gonna need my help.
I was thinking maybe if she thought he was there to like hurt her, maybe pretending like she's sick,
Whoa.
So this is from Oswald?
Yeah.
Dude, that's like a Game of Thrones moment, man.
Wow, he's going much. So he's not trying to negotiate.
Nadia. Always a pleasure.
I think they're all gonna die. Nadia, her son, the soldier.
Just let me see the shrooms. We'll be on our way. Check the product.
But didn't the guys say that like any little thing and the whole shroom, like they would all just basically all the mushrooms would die?
Go to mama.
All right. Like they were very sensitive, so
yeah,
they
they're
don't want
super
to touch
sensitive.
it.
But they're bringing it out in a truck and it's cold and all this.
She didn't come
No,
alone.
she.
Man. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way she came with one dude.
That wouldn't make sense, but I think that Oz was gonna do it here anyway. He's doused in gasoline.
Oh, damn. Wow.
Oh my gosh, dude. Damn.
Is he gonna lose the crop?
I know. For a second, I thought it was like Batman.
Batman show?
Yeah. Those are some pretty sturdy mushrooms then.
Yeah.
You could put them in sun, in cold, drive them around in the dirt, but just don't touch them. Hey, fellow watchers, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check us out on our Patreon. Links are in the description below. And now back to our program. Yeah. Find someone to grow a new crop if you can. If you have a usable strand. There. Those two.
That's it! Dude, we got 2 buckets. Take these to the truck. Get these shit. Crank up the heat.
Mikey's dead, you little bitch.
Thanks for the keys, Oz.
Oh, he survived.
There's no place I can't find you now.
You are cooked. Cooked, huh?
Your wife and son.
Call your wife. See if she answers.
Damn. You think there's any chance like the Falcones and Maronis team up now to get Oz?
Nah.
She's fine. She's sleeping.
I need you to get my ma out of there.
Well, where do we go?
Canada.
It's gotta be somewhere where nobody take the look.
I'm gonna take care of her.
Yeah, you do that.
Sophia.
Who is this?
The
the
psychologist.
doctor. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is it her mom's clothes or is it her cousin's? But it'd be weird that her mom's clothes would be there after that many years.
When I saw what happened on the news, I knew it was you.
No, that's her mom's.
I'd like to be a part of whatever's next.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Just some psychologist going, hey, you know what? I got a thrill out of what you did and I want to be a part of it.
Fight the down. Lady's got something to say.
She doesn't even like try to cover up the scars on her neck. It
Nope.
makes her look freaking crazy.
No reason to hide.
I gassed the family,
Right out.
and I am so glad that they're dead. You're pawns. You're overlooked. My father's legacy is dead, and we will never speak his name again.
They're no longer the Falcones.
I am a Gigante.
Yep.
Gigante family.
This is a new family now.
What are you doing? Let's not be rash here. All right, these gentlemen know we got a score we need
yep.
to settle.
Yep.
This was my father's. You did the dirty work.
Mr. Gigante?
Knows what motivates these
Well,
guys.
I mean, they're criminals. Like, what else motivates a criminal, right?
Yeah.
You're in it because of
Right.
the money, not because it's like a lucrative career or honorable.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't think any kid grows up going, I want to be a criminal.
Right. And I think that's what was probably wrong with the Falcones is they valued family so much, but it didn't include like those guys, right? It just
Yeah.
it was there like.
But isn't that the
Yeah.
take on like what a lot of traditional like gangsters and mafia are? You have the core group,
Right.
and then everyone else is just kind of pawns.
I mean, that's capitalism.
That's everything.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Where's he take? Is he taking her to the area where everything got destroyed? Yeah.
Yeah, to his hood.
Yeah.
Crown Point.
I guess where no one would look.
All right.
Oh, he didn't go very far.
Grab everything that's left. Don't leave nothing in there. Clean the whole place out.
Don't let him see you, okay?
When you used to smoke, did you ever hold your cigarette like that, like at the very edge of your like in the crevice?
Like people who smoke cigars like smoke it like that. No.
Cigars maybe just because of the weight, but a cigarette, like I just remember when I would smoke, it's always like just holding it in between my fingers, not like at the very end on the inside.
This looks like the apartment I have my boys. I hate it here.
Alone?
What's wrong?
We gotta lay low. Vic's already at Crown Point. He's got us a nice spot by the zoo.
Oz, I'm not going with you.
You got some high roller you'd rather shack up with, huh? For the money? After everything I done for you!
Did he think she loved him?
I know you're gonna be on top of Ken soon.
And then you could be on top of me again.
But right now, I'm just gonna hold you back.
Was that ever a penguin thing to lick his lips like that?
I don't know. Dude, she's like super hot in like a scary kind of way.
Yes. Very scary kind of way. I would take the chance.
Sit down, Salvatore.
They're gonna start working together now, right?
That was my prediction,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. Because, I mean, Oz took, you know, they're direct family members from the...
Your family had it right, I think. 10 years ago, some measly driver spun a bullshit story about me, and he got rewarded for it. Would you have let that stand?
I would have ripped out his tongue and left him for the vulture.
I've come here to end the war between our families. I'm not gonna kill you.
Why?
Because it's what Oz wants. I am offering you an alliance. We join our families, the Maronis and the Gigantes.
That's still a very tumultuous relationship, right? Because one of them can
There's
still
a lot of bad blood.
Yeah, easily betray the other, right? It's an alliance out of necessity and
necessity. Yeah. I mean that's usually happens like when one power becomes super strong, others have to join together, right?
But the minute there's a weakness, they jump in. Find someone who's like a good botanist and take those mushrooms to them to grow them.
Oh, poison ivy.
Ooh,
maybe she shows
up. Is she in this world?
I don't know. We haven't seen her yet, but
there's been no mention except for the old Batman that is with Uma Thurman. There's been no poison ivy.
Right? Oh yeah. Oh, she was a great character in the cartoons.
Yeah.
I just gotta figure out my next move. It's you and me under one roof now, like it used to be.
Are you trying to kill me? Taking me back here. You're throwing it in my face. What I lost. What kind of man can't take care of his own mother?
Wonder what happened to his brother. I'm hoping at some point they're gonna show us something with that.
Didn't he tell the story? I forget what happened to them. I think he told the story to Vic or something.
I don't remember him telling the story to Vic. I remember he was talking to Sophia about after he lost his brothers, right? How his mother shut down and everything.
Oh, right, you're right.
You did good, kid. This was Jax. Then he didn't play ball.
What happened to him?
City took him. Just like it took your family.
Dude, A Forest by The Cure. One of the best songs by The Cure.
You ever heard of the underground trolleys? Used to run here. Me and my brothers who used to mess around down here a lot.
Did his brothers get caught in something and like washed away? What if Oz sacrificed his brothers to save himself?
This is where he's gonna grow his
grow the mushrooms and bring his empire, right? Because a penguin, he was his.
right,
Everything I remember, he's always underground.
Yeah.
Feel that, right? It's human down here. Dark. You know what thrives in a place like that?
Mushrooms, fungus.
Mushrooms? Bingo. Welcome to our new base of operations. Place. Calling me home.
I'm very happy with this show. Has not let me down so far, and we're already past the halfway point, right?
Right. Yeah, it's good. It's very entertaining show, man.
Yeah, cause I remember when after we watched the first episode, one of our concerns, and definitely mine, was that is it one of those with a very powerful pilot and it just goes downhill from there?
Right.
But it hasn't done that. It's kept it up. Yeah, I didn't. I was kind of surprised at how ruthless they made Oz in this episode.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I knew he was a pretty ruthless guy, but the way they
Right.
showed him in all of other 4 episodes, I didn't think he was going to go that far with it, right?
Right.
Like, I kind of figured with the Marone after he had kidnapped the, their son, that when he gave him back, that he was going to take them out, right? Maybe just gun him down.
Right.
But
Right.
to light him on fire like that with the gasoline.
Yeah, that was so unnecessary.
Yeah. Going after Sal in the prison and
Right.
yeah, definitely a little bit more ruthless than I thought they were going to portray him.
Right. I think it makes sense though, because we saw in the previous episode Sophia, I mean, she's freaking ruthless, and so you gotta kind of level up the Penguin's character too. Right?
Yeah, I guess for him to face off against her, he's gonna have to have that same. And I guess it makes sense. They're building him up to become that ruthless, violent criminal that he is in the origins.
Right. Man, I'm still like, I don't know if Victor's gonna make it to the end of the show.
Yeah,
man.
I feel like there's just because he's so trusting in Victor. Right?
Yeah.
And Victor has like from last episode to this episode, there's been a change in him now, or not last one, but the episode before.
Right.
To now where he's like, I'm all in, and we got to do stuff. So yeah, I'm very afraid that Victor's not gonna make it through.
Yeah, and there's also had this weird suspicion earlier in the episode when he's like, yeah, you got to go protect my mom. He sends some unarmed kid to go protect his mom, right? And then later, like when the mom says like, oh, you're trying to like take me out or something, right? Or you're trying to like get me killed or something like that. She said that, and I was thinking like, I feel like that was kind of the feeling I was getting. Like he doesn't really care if like she lives or not, you know? Like even that part where like Victor's like really serious, he's like, man, I'm gonna protect your mom, I promise you, or whatever, on the phone. And then the Penguin's kind of like, yeah, you do that. That was it. I was like, what the right?
Yeah,
it almost seems like either he really trusts Victor or he's just, he doesn't really care,
Yeah, see, that was my question. He sends Victor to protect his mom, but Victor's unarmed, right? There's no way, like Victor, except for his own fists, if people come after her. Now, I saw it a couple of different ways. One is obviously he trusts Victor because no one else knows that his mom's alive.
Right.
So Victor would be the one who sent. 2, no one else knows she's alive, so there isn't as much of a danger to her except for someone finding out that she is. But again, if someone does find out, she's in major trouble.
Right. Yeah.
So why the heck would you send Victor unarmed? There's no way to protect her except for getting her somewhere safe, getting her out of there.
Right.
So,
and I guess that's what he did, right?
He did, but it almost feels like he obviously wants to protect his mom, but at the same time, maybe just something like one of those like, if she were gone, he's kind of free.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So
Right.
maybe not in the sense that like he wants her to die, but there's in the back of his mind, it's kind of like, cause that one thing he says, if what he said something like, without her, or she's the only thing that's keeping me, like basically she's the only thing that's keeping him sane.
Right. Yeah,
and
he did say that.
Yeah,
right.
without her, he would just basically lose it and go completely crazy.
Right. Like yeah, that's I think he was implying like yeah, without her or her presence or whatever, like he would actually go all out, like either insane or bad, right?
Maybe that is what happens.
Right.
Maybe that is how it develops into the actual Penguin of
maybe
comic book lore.
Well, there we go. Yeah, that's a good prediction, or like a good possibility. I like that.
Yeah. But like you were saying though, yeah, I think to me it did feel like there was something in the back of his mind of just like, if something did happen, kind of, like almost like he kind of expected it.
Right, like they kind of had a contentious, like a contentious like relationship early on in the show, where she's kind of like this like motivating force, but not in like a positive way,
Well, I mean,
even here.
Yeah, she said it a couple of times. Once here in a previous episode, basically referring to, you need to be something so that I can be something.
Right. Yeah, that's what she said. In this episode, it was interesting when Victor said, yeah, like he did it, like he got rid of them or whatever, and like, but now we gotta go, and she's like, yeah. Let's do it or something, She's like, this is when he needs me, right? And she seemed all pumped up, and then they go to this place, and obviously she's like a little bit of like a downer mood now. But then when he like tries to like kind of be loving to her and whatever, she kind of like she does this thing again where she's kind of motivating him in that kind of like that negative way, like what kind of man can't take care of his mom? It's not like a loving motivation, it's more like this kind of cruel like do a better job, like that kind of thing. But I think that's what she feels like he needs, maybe,
I think so.
Oh, it's crazy, dude.
I mean, from the first episode, we saw his mom where, after he tells her what he did, she's like, instead of being like a normal person of like, what did you do? Why? She's like, don't back down. You don't run away. You need to take this. And I was like, okay, so that already told you the whole dynamic of the relationship and how she is. So for her to be encouraging him in a positive way, I don't see that as her character. So you're right. It's in a very negative way to make him feel like he's little, he's nothing, and he needs to now prove himself again.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that must be like a hard kind of ruler to live under.
I don't know. It felt very home for me sometimes.
Oh man.
I was looking at it like, Mom?
That's right. Maybe one day you'll turn into the Penguin. Oh man.
I'm just joking. My mom isn't that bad or anything like that. But there is it's funny because there is a kind of that Asian side to her thinking and treating her son. Rather than you did a good job, it's like, oh, you did good. Well, this guy did better. Why can't you be like them? Okay.
That's funny, man. That's funny. Do you think there's any chance he took out his own brothers?
I don't think he took them out, but I wouldn't be surprised if something had happened and he sacrificed them to save his life.
Interesting. Yeah, right. I was thinking like maybe that's another parallel to like Sophia. She was willing to kind of take out her own family,
but not her brother.
I mean, obviously they were horrible people, but but she loved her brother, I guess, right? That's probably a stretch, but I was trying to put something together. That
who knows with this show? We can't even say it's a stretch because they're doing everything. Man, and how do you think?
Like right?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do you think like like the way the characters are acting, and the actions they're taking, has everything kind of fit with their character? Like Sophia like taking out her family seems like it fits with their character, right?
Oh yeah, they all
always
betrayed
kind
her.
of, yeah, yeah. But her teaming up with the Maronis, I guess like they kind of tried to highlight that idea that they seem to care more about their family and they seem more loyal to their family than like her own family was to her, right? So
But
she kind of
it also makes
desires
sense
that.
for her to do that because if not, she's gonna have a three-way war.
Right, right. She's gonna be fighting two wars.
Yeah, so
yeah,
at least bring one of them to your side, at least for now, to
right,
take out the major opponent. Then you can
right,
deal with anything afterwards.
right. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, obviously, like you can't bring in Batman right now because he'll overshadow the whole thing, right?
Mhm.
But do you think we see a cameo like in the final episode? Does Batman actually show up? What
I'm
do you
gonna
think?
say whether it's a cameo or whether it's just like a
Like
reference
a
to the
mention?
a mention or a shadowy
Right.
figure of a Batman.
All right. Uh huh.
I'm gonna, I would say they're gonna do something in the last episode with that.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Especially if you want to tie it into the next movie,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, that's true.
very brief.
But yeah, right. I was thinking like they either had to get it out of the way like in the beginning. I can't remember anymore if they kind of mentioned him.
They
Like
mentioned him.
they referenced him in like the first episode only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you either get that out of the way in the beginning or you save it and do something at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Because if you bring him in the middle, then that's it. Like, I mean, that's what
it
like
becomes a
everyone's
Batman
kind of
show.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So, oh man, great show. All right, so we're gonna end it here. This was Penguin episode 5, season 1. Again, we want to thank everyone who's watching here along with us. For those of you on YouTube, again, please remember to like and subscribe. Give us your comments. Tell us what you think as far as how are they going to progress with this, like we were just talking about. Are they going to do some more episodes or seasons first before the movie, or if there's a movie coming out after this, is that going to be the end of Penguin? What do you think? And are they going to mention Batman anymore in this? Without actually, no, don't answer that because we don't want spoilers. I was going to ask what your thoughts were about it when you watched this episode, but no, never
But then
mind.
that's a spoiler in
Yeah,
itself.
never
Yeah.
mind. Let's not bring that up.
Right.
But yeah, give us your thoughts about the show. Give us your thoughts about what we're talked about. Is there anything you agreed with, disagreed with, or something that we might have missed, or something we said that you didn't think of? Whatever it is, we love to hear from all of you. And for everyone watching us here on Patreon, thank you very much. We really appreciate the support. Thank you for subscribing and just putting up with us for this hour and something, listening to everything that we have to say, and along with the movie here. Hopefully, we're making it enjoyable for all of you. So again, just want to show our appreciation for all our Patreon subscribers too. So with all that said, we're gonna end it here, and we'll see you next time on Penguin episode 6. Bye.